Good Thursday morning. We're going to continue the letter to Timothy, okay? St. Paul's letter. I take this one very personally because this is neat. He said, Beloved, let no one have contempt for youth, but set an example for those who believe in speech, conduct, love, faith, and purity. Until I arrive, attend to the reading, exhortation, and teaching. Do not neglect the gifts you have, which were conferred on you through the prophetic word with the imposition of hands by the presbyterate, the priesthood. See? Be diligent in those matters. Be absorbed in them so that your progress may be evident to everyone. Attend to yourself and to your teaching. Persevere in both tasks, for by doing so you will save both yourself and those who listen to you. See? That's a great text for any teacher. I take it very seriously. You know, I said this to my class, whatever this is worth, my class, it's such a privilege for me. I'm 82 years old and I'm talking to a 20-year-old and they're listening. You know, they're listening. It's more than just they have to take the class, okay? They're listening. And you can tell by their questions and the way they respond. And for me, it's such a privilege to talk to them. And what I try to do is encourage them to believe in themselves and believe in tomorrow. Apparently, I don't see it. Honest to God, I don't see it. But apparently the generation is very, very despondent. These 20-year-olds, 19. I think this thing about global warming and all the rest has got them in many ways afraid, if not actually terrified, that there is no tomorrow, that they're living under a shadow of horror. I don't know. They don't say it to me, but it's in the press. You're hearing that all over the place. I don't see it in front of me because when I see these kids, I see them preparing themselves for professional lives. They believe in tomorrow. Why would you go to the university and pay 50 smackers a year, $50,000, okay, to go to school if you didn't believe in tomorrow? It isn't exactly fun. It isn't worth it. They have to believe in tomorrow. And when I tell them is believe in it, believe in yourselves. So you're a wonderful generation. And you especially, looking at these kids, you're in a position, you're in a fine university, you're preparing to shape the future. Lead it. Don't follow it. Lead it. Have a vision of what is good and noble. And become a leader among your generation and among the generations to follow. I mean it when I say that to them. I had my chance, and I still do because I'm teaching them to believe in tomorrow. You see, I don't want them to lose hope. And I hope I'm handing them a reflective way of thinking by sharing with them philosophical thoughts. I teach ethics to them, but it's broader than ethics. It's learning how to look at life in a disciplined and a reflective manner, and to seek and see the good and foster the good, but also recognize that the deadfalls, to recognize the elements in life that if pursued are self-destructive. And I try to show them that our choices matter. Choose the good. Choose to have, the one little line I said, choose to be a friend. I was teaching them the philosophy of Thomas Hobbes. Some of the famous writers in the English, the European tradition, okay? Hobbes was the epitome of what I don't want anybody to be, his teaching. He said that the normal state of human beings is the state of war, everyone against everyone. He was growing up in the Civil War, the English Civil Wars, and so that's why he said it. He wanted to see it restored with a monarchy, okay, whatever. That was his agenda. But in the Leviathan, he paints an ugly picture. Everyone's against everyone else. Where if you look 2,000 years before in Aristotle says we are naturally we should be friends to each other. Friendship is the key virtue. And society is not a contract, but society is a natural entity. We are naturally social animals, you see? It makes all the difference in the world. If you look at each other as enemies, then you'll never have peace. You'll always have antagonism. But if you see each other as friends or potential friends, then the differences will heal themselves. You will heal the wounds rather than exacerbate them. You see? I think that's, in a sense, my own mission there. I don't know what the kids' faith are, what they've got faith or not. Some are Christians, some are Catholics, some are Jews, some are atheists. I got Muslims in class, okay? I don't know what they believe or don't believe, but they want to live. And in many ways, I'm trying to help them to live fruitful lives by being a friend to friends. Be a friend. There's a great line in The Godfather where the old man, I forgot who, I think he says it to Tom Hagen, and he says to him, be a friend to Michael. That's an active state. Friendship is not a passive descriptor. It's an action. It's when my language is, and I think it comes from my background, is to look out for each other, actively to look out for each other. Not to be passively innocent, but to actively take care of the people in your life. Look out. We used to say this kind of expression, look out for each other. That's a verb, to look out, to see, look out for each other. You see? I believe that stuff, okay? And I believe it is our mission to our children to teach them to look out for each other. I mean that. I'm so privileged to be with 19 and 20-year-old young people at a very formative element of their lives where they are choosing their destinies. They're choosing their careers. They're choosing their spouses. What a marvelous time to have a voice, a voice of encouragement, to believe in each other, to believe in tomorrow, to believe in friendship, and to trust one another, to trust and to believe in one another. It's not a Hobbesian world where you can't trust anybody. It's an Aristotelian Christian world. No wonder we absorbed Aristotle into the Christian tradition, because he saw the essence of friendship. How essential is to human flourishing. The gospel is the love affair between God and the human race. It's the friendship between God and us. Christ is our friend, our brother and our friend. You see, he looks out for us. And I trust that because I trust friendship. I am a friend of God. God's a friend of mine. He's going to look out for me. A lot of times my prayer to him is straight street talk. God, don't let me screw this thing up today. Please, I got to go in class. Do not let me follow it up. I use bad words too, okay? Don't let me screw this thing up today. And I pray to the saints. The saints are the people in my life who I love so thoroughly and completely. The people in my life, I don't worry about the famous saints. These are my saints. So when I'm going down the steps, there's a picture of my beloved friend Junie, and I say, Junie, help me have a good day today. Don't let me mess up in class today, okay? Then I see my friends Demi and Pete, who used to go fishing, who used to take me fishing. They were my heroes. See, they were my heroes. I would say, look out for me today. See, look out for me today. See, and I see Don Brennan, who was my dean, who took great care of me. Hey, Uncle Don, they called him. Uncle Don, look out for me today, okay? Don't let me mess this thing up. I have a conversation going down the steps. Who am I praying to? My saints. My saints, who are the friends of God. They're friends, and friends look out for each other. Bill Ritchie, in my sweatshirt. Kid asked me the other day in class, who's Bill Ritchie? I said, he was my hunting guide up in Alaska, up in northern Ontario. Native American. He's my hero. He was one of my heroes in my life. I honor him in his sweatshirt. See? They're friends. Be a friend, you see? Be a friend. I believe that. See? Yeah, be a friend. Look out for each other. Look out for each other.